Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Advait and I am your host. Introducing Vedantu Ed Voices, India's first and only podcast that brings you real, unfiltered conversation with top educators, school leaders and change makers. At Vedantu, we know most of the powerful stories in education often go unheard. They happen every day in classrooms where innovations meet purpose and in leaders who quietly transform life. Ed Voices is our way of bringing those voices forward to listen, to learn, and to celebrate. Our teams visit India's most respected school, sitting down with the people driving meaningful change, not just through academics but through vision, values, and bold leadership. These are the stories of courage, creativity, and commitment, of school leaders who are reimagining what education looks like in a changing world. Because Ed Voices isn't just a podcast, it's a platform for those who have made education their mission. So, whether you are a teacher, a parent, a student, or simply someone who believes in the power of learning, this is for you. Subscribe to Vedantu and be a part of the moment. So, today on the podcast, we have Dr. Supriya Zadav, the Director Principal of Arise International School. She's a dynamic leader with over 25 years of experience in education and a self believer in self creation. Welcome to the podcast, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
so much.
So, to beginning with, I would like to know what were the like how did you came into the field of education?
A good question, which many of us are excited to know about each other. Education is something which I think it's a rooted with all the students since their learning journey. So I used to do teacher. We used to play like
In
and
childhood.
yes, and my parents really observed it that I am a very good teacher. So gradually at times I'd come and I was very passionate about certain new things that are happening all around and would like to connect it with my life to the real world. And that's how that something has inspired me to walk through, and the confidence that the parents gave, yes, I can do better in this field. Hence I am into this education field.
Ma'am, I would like to know something about your childhood. How was your childhood and what you wanted to pursue from your childhood? Some fun story. I want a story.
Okay. To be very honest, it was a very common child, just like others, but a little bright one. I was little shy as well because the way we are handling the camera today, we were not trained that good enough to face the camera or stand in front of a big public and talk. Though I was a very good speaker, being from a spiritual background, I was being given an exposure during the spiritual meets to talk about. So hence I developed this culture. Was a little shy, very much busy and studious into the academics, doing a lot of things, exploring things every day, asking a lot of questions to teachers. At the same time, trying to control my emotions. When it goes too much, you have to just be
Be
calm
calm
and
and capable.
patient and wait for the time to come. Yeah.
Okay. I really liked how you say common and studious also.
Yeah.
So, if we have to talk about teaching, so when did you think that you should switch to teaching?
As I told you before, also I, from a science background, wanted to pursue my medical studies further, but unfortunately, life has something else to give away to you, and I think best is always on the way. So I shifted from my interest from doctor to teaching, and as I was doing teaching from my childhood as a fun part, I thought I can pursue, and I really felt like this is something what is giving me happiness in grooming people, grooming the students. Results gradually kept on coming good from my students, so that gave me a confidence that yes, I'm made for this field and I can pursue it further ahead with lot of variations in my job roles.
Yeah, we can definitely see that at the position that you are right now, you really changed the the way the school is right now. What is the core value that you believe and it is really woven into the culture of Arise?
To be very honest, Arise JSPM looks forward for one important thing, that is developing a student with science, vocationalism, and spirituality. I, coming up from a background of spirituality, believe that yes, this is the core thing which everybody looks forward. Beyond the marks and scores, we always need to look forward for a person and its upbringing with the humanity or the quotient of empathy that is expected from us. So, being at Arise, I feel very happy about stating that the value lies in being a good human being, developing as a good citizen, what are the things that we need to work out when it comes to our parent, when we are a responsible citizen of the society, when we are a student of the school. All these things actually cater to make sure that yes, my thought process also gets aligned with JSPM, and I'm very happy to understand that we run a program called as Itihasa, which talks a lot about our core values, all
Okay.
the stories that have actually brought us up. Have a lot of understanding. Bhagavad Gita, where every problem has a solution. All religions known to us talk about one call only. So we train our students to make sure that they grow as a strong human being in decision making, action taking, and are well known with their own perspective.
Okay. So, looking towards the student's perspective, I would like to ask that every student has a different pace and every student has a different strength of learning. So, to unlock their true potential, what should a student do?
To be very honest, students, if they are given an opportunity, they are very good decision makers. Only thing is we underestimate their thought processes. But to believe today's 21st century skills that the students have is really very different than as compared
Over
to
to
what we
we,
were as
correct.
students. One student should always understand and should be able to voice up that what are their areas of interest, where are their problems, talk to the concerned person upfrontly rather than keeping things to themselves. There are good stakeholders nowadays. Now as per CBSE norms also, we're not supposed to be wild with the children, we're not supposed to shout
Correct.
at them. We have
Correct.
to take care of their mindfulness, and we do take care of the teachers, students and parents mindfulness. So students also should take one step ahead to come forward, understand what they actually are facing challenges with, seek help, be open to ask help,
Correct.
do the needful changes in their attitude, bring a skillful changes what are expected from them.
Right.
Not all parents or not all schools all time expect marks.
Yeah, definitely. That's marks are just a part of the
Yeah,
school.
it's a part of this journey, but what we actually expect is students should be able to deal with the concerns very open
Yeah.
mindedly, whether it is a good feedback, whether it is a feedback which needs improvements, child need to take it positively.
Correct.
That's where I look forward from students perspective.
Correct. So, if we, as you said about the feedback, so whatever the feedbacks come from the student regarding academically or something that is not academically right, or something that student want to ask you about the confidence or something creative. So, how would you answer to that student?
To be very honest, all stakeholders play a very important role, may it be parents' feedback, may it be students' feedback, management's feedback, teachers' feedback, or we ourselves observe the classes. What we do is wherever we find there is a need of repairing, there is a need of action and implementation, we make sure it is done immediately.
Immediately, correct.
So that a child feels, yes, I am valued for my concern. Where we want the child to improve and finding out that child has its own intent to make this improvement, we counsel the student.
Correct.
Where we want a teacher to be observed with her feedbacks and observation, if she needs a scope, there is a scope of improvement, yes, we put the teachers in having curriculum workshop, having their PIP program, that is
Correct.
performance improvement
Improvement
programs done.
Correct.
When a parent comes and shares their understanding about certain policies or certain changes that they expect, we always try to listen to them carefully, and wherever it is possible that they have misunderstood us, we try to correct them, and so that the needful things are done. So
Yeah.
hearing everybody is most important.
Yeah, like hearing everybody and working on it really shows a great leadership of
Yes.
yours. So I would like to talk something about the values in classroom. So how do you ensure the values like individuality or ownership and curiosity just don't remain on poster, but they are valued in the classroom? They happen in classroom.
Very honestly, we have set the classroom rules. Every person needs to follow certain rules. Rules are not for their best observation, but they are best for execution. Like raise your hand, track the speaker, listen to what the other person is talking about, respect individual's voice, these values are something core which every individual at home, workplace, or anywhere has to understand.
Correct.
So all teachers are groomed in making sure they use the popsicles to make sure that every student is heard by them. So there is no biasness that has been observed from them. They give equal opportunity to every student to participate in the
Correct.
class. Whenever there are events, we make sure that the same student is not repeated again.
Okay, so
So
every student gets a
every
chance.
student gets an opportunity to be a part of it. And see, mistakes are bound to happen. We cannot all time expect perfection from everyone. Time and again, after a lot of practices, only the students will learn how
Correct.
they are going to stand, how they are going to talk. The way we are discussing today, I surely can tell you that this might not have been some years back when we never were introduced to talk to each other.
Correct.
So now students are given the projects like interviewing and doing lot of things. So they handle these projects, they talk to others, they go meet different people. Social media handling is also done. Lot of areas the students are given an opportunity. Hence we make sure that the culture that we are trying to give it to the students to voice them up, or take the leadership, or be responsible, or value some others work also. If one time I'm given an opportunity, second time the other person should be
Correct.
given an opportunity. I should not be the first person all the time. I should not be the one who is answering the questions all the time. There is no favorite or pet system into our school. So this is the way we make small efforts.
Efforts for every student.
Yeah.
Okay. And if we talk about the evaluation in education, so the education when you used to study, it has drastically changed right now. So what are your thoughts on that?
That's actually a great change that the system has brought in, from percentile to grades, because grades talk about a wider range. You cannot measure a student's based on the score, with the meter scale, how much the child has scored, or
Correct.
90% means this, or 95% means this. Every student has his or her own capabilities to open up, learn lot of things, and explore new things that are on their way. So I feel whatever changes they have brought in are really fantastic. Parents have also started understanding that do not expect all time marks. They have also started thinking about bringing a lot of change in the students by giving an explored plethora of programs wherever they find their interest suitable into. They can explore it, they can
Correct.
master that subject, they can master that sports, master the performing arts that they have interest in, and hence they have two culture choices with them.
Now students have given a lot of choices, like they can do whatever they want to.
Correct,
When
correct.
you were a child, what were your choices that given to you? As we spoke earlier about the same thing, you had only three choices. So if you were to study in this point of era, so what would you would have chose something differently, or you would have still wanted to become a teacher?
I would still would love to become a teacher, because something which is mindful, something which is an area to develop is the scope, where you learn lot different subjects and place everything for the students in a very better and unique style. Okay.
Correct.
Today, students are given skill education. Students are exposed to 21st century skills. AI technology has come up. There are a lot of areas where the students may have choices. Web designing was something I would have really taken up web designing also, because I am technically sound. I
Okay.
love doing a lot of
Technology.
technical
Okay.
things. So that could have been probably one of my career choice if I would have given an option other than a teacher. Today, the small students are also given an exposure to design something in their projects in
Correct.
the ninth and 10th classrooms, something which is internship, which we all have
Have the
heard about.
yes, correct.
We would like to give our children that open-ended understanding that career development can happen when these children have given an exposure to explore and understand
Understand.
lot skill subjects available to them.
Correct.
Maybe they want to be a doctor, but small skills that even they
They
can
can.
also nurture
Correct.
upon. So I would have also gone through web designing or something like
Okay, and in this competitive world, as we spoke earlier, so there are so many competitive exams. We also at Vedantu teach students for JEE and NEET. So how do you prepare students for such competitive exam in your school?
that. See, first of all, main thing all educators have now understood, and after NEP and lot of brainstorming and sessions post COVID, we all have realized that the teaching style has to shift from rote learning to experiential learning. When it comes to experiential learning and interdisciplinary programs where one subject has a connect for another subject. Earlier we used to always consider English as English and maths as
Maths.
maths.
Correct.
Today it's nothing of that sort. All subjects are interconnected, and if the students understand that very clearly, their concepts are clear, they find interest into something, they themselves get prepared for all of this. What
Yes.
we as educators need to give them is, there are so many options available wherever you want to participate and keep choices for yourself. We do that same. Training them for specializing it is something what we currently don't believe in. What we believe is base remains the same always. So
Always. Yes.
train
Correct.
the students for the core things. May it be your values or may it be your academics. So training them for every best possible way so that they are ready to accept the questions from lots too hot. That itself make them prepare
Correct. Correct.
for any competitive exam that is
Okay.
needed.
And as we are evolving so much towards AI, what do you think about how AI can be so basic and also so advanced in the education system?
It's very, very needed, to be very honest. Post COVID, when we all have realized that technology was something which did not stop at least education industry to reach to everyone's house
Correct.
without any intervention. So I believe all the students, teachers, and all the stakeholders in the education industry should consider AI as a very integral part of their life,
Right.
as we cannot stay without a mobile phone for some time. Because let's take the positive side of it, taking all the updates, getting everything instantly at the point at all times. This is something which everybody needs to do. And if
Correct.
you talk about students, very honestly, they are already handling technology better than us.
Better than us. Correct. Definitely.
They don't need any kind of a training. We at least need someone to handhold us, beta, how to do this. They are best
Yeah. Even three,
supporting.
4 year old students know how to
Exactly,
use them.
exactly. So AI is something which is now into their blood by default. So we must promote these things, but at the same time, as being a more responsible person and adults, we need to make sure that they are used in a better way. They
Yes.
know the right channel to use it. They should use it for information and developing their skills accordingly.
Okay. So if we talk about, as we came to AI, so AI is a future for education. So if we talk about future readiness, what would be the correct age like students should start using AI, or in academics also, as you said, like from early age students are now adapted to that. So what are your thoughts on that?
To be very honest, just now as we spoke, mobile phones handling, so that itself is also a technology which the child is operating. If we train a child of grade 1 to open CPU and all that, they really start having a smile on their face, because
Correct.
every house has a laptop, has a computer,
Computer,
has a
right.
tablet. So according to me, there is no such age. Right from the age they understand and they're easy handling it, we must start it. We also introduce robotics and AI to our children right from grade 1 onwards. LKG, UKG are introduced to the technology. That this is something what you will be looking forward for, or you are able to see it at home also. For example, traffic signals is a
Correct.
technology which the students
Sure.
learn it right from their early
Right.
childhood. So such technology we all also introduce, and we give them an option that you need to understand all the things systematically. They
Right.
prepare their own sensory tools also in the school. They prepare alarm bells. Students are given projects so that they are understanding how these mechanism
No, works.
works.
Correct. Ma'am, I wanted to ask you this, like what does the success looks like for the school today beyond just results and marks?
To be honest, when we talk about success, people always calculate it in terms of scores and marks. But if you, in general, notice, nobody know a person by its score. They always look a person by the way they are able to present themselves, the confidence that they have, the knowledge that they share about that particular subject, which can be gained out of experience, which can be gained out of getting involved into that experiential learning. So for me, I generally feel parents, teachers, and all the educational fraternity should look forward for nurturing the students in such a way that they can face the future tomorrow. They should be able to aware and understand when I step into this world, beyond my score, there is a long journey which they need to get used to for, so that they can aspire their career, they can look forward for something which is going to happen in a better way in their life.
Okay, and here at Arise, what differently we do that just beyond the results, what are the qualities that you spoke about right now? What differently do we do here at Arise?
At Arise, what we generally try to do is, in most of the cases, the schools run with a call that the teachers are always behind the students to get the work done. We rather shift the role of a teacher as a mentor, and students are given a most important part to lead the process.
Okay,
May it
that's
be
great.
school investiture program, may it be our school gathering, may it be a very smallest activity which school feels to conduct.
Okay, so
No
students are involved
teachers,
everywhere.
yes, no teachers do anchoring, no teachers do planning. It's all the students.
Yeah, that gets a better point of view and better learning for students
Correct.
like from early age.
Yes.
Yeah.
Societies also have a lot of programs, but in general, what happens, you can always see leading positions are taken up by the secretaries, the vice chairmen. But
Right.
if you actually shift your role from that, we want responsible citizen. But when this journey starts from the early
Early age,
childhood,
correct.
when you guide me, how am I supposed to stand, how am I supposed to talk, how am I supposed to take the responsibility, how do I organize myself. So if you give this leading role to the students, you will see a better performance coming up. And I'm proud to say, gathering was a wonderful event that we conducted, and all parents were super happy. Right from utility of the e-washrooms to the utility of the entire
Okay.
school's activity was run by the students.
Okay, that's really nice. And one more thing, if starting from tomorrow, if you have to redesign the school system, what are the three changes that you would do starting tomorrow?
As I spoke to you, first thing is students' rote learning journey to stop completely and shift to an experiential learning.
Okay.
Because even CBSE, state boards, or all schools actually want their children to know the world tomorrow.
Correct.
So when you shift them from understanding that these are 5-10 questions which you need to learn and then exactly reciprocate it into the mark sheet, they do not actually learn how the journey of this learning took place. So
Okay.
when the students have a concept clearance, they work hands on that particular project, they understand, oh, there are these many technical things, these are their components, these are the types, or there are some challenges, so they can learn things in a better way.
Okay.
Always you remember, today's learners are kinesthetic, auditory, and visual learners.
Correct.
So they less look into the books, they more explore
Yeah, yeah.
things. They love
It's
that.
totally more based on conceptual learning these
Correct,
days.
correct.
Yeah. So,
Secondly is the teachers, because more or less the school fraternity is shouldered by the teachers and the
correct.
leading role. So I always believe that if the teachers become more accountable and responsible by shifting and understanding their role, that they are no more teachers, they are facilitators and guiders for the students. Students know everything in right and wrong way.
Correct.
If they just path them or channelize them that beta you have to
the
do
perfect
this way,
guidance, yeah.
yes, exactly, and let them learn through their mistake, let them learn, face the challenges, and then guide the children, stating that yes, even if you're doing wrong, there's someone to watch you up also and correct you also.
Okay.
Third thing, I would like to bring in a different change in the parents perspective,
Correct.
because they are the major stakeholders.
Yeah, I was just coming to the parents also.
Exactly.
So because school teachers, they give guidance, but what do you suggest to the parents? How should they guide the students along with the teachers?
Parents actually play a vital role. We always say charity begins at home. So when you talk about charity begins at home, if I talk about discipline, the discipline starts right from I getting up from the
Correct.
bed, right?
Correct.
I organizing my stuff, I getting ready for the school, I getting ready for my self study, I keeping my time for me time, my study time, my hobbies to be nurtured. A lot of things are there. So if parents try to become their friends and understand and have a very good conversation with them, rather than a formal conversation, how was the school, what did you learn, and all
Correct.
this,
Yeah,
coming out of the monotonous questions, today's children actually need a buddy parent, who can
Definitely.
understand and say, realize a lot of things that a child is actually facing through. They
Correct.
talk about stress, depression. The words have come up from the
With the
parents
parents only, yeah,
So
correct.
we must have a very good and healthy talk. We travel to the trips and we take selfies rather than capturing things in their
Memories.
eyes as a memory. We rather capture them in the
Phone.
phones actually, and later on we even forget to scroll them up and check it out. But the
Hmm.
moments that we spend remain in our memories for a longer period of time. So I request the parents to kindly take time to spend with their children, to spend with their spouse, or find out what and how their life is going on and what are the things that they are
They are
enjoying.
facing, correct, the students whatever they are
Exactly,
facing.
exactly.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, to give your valuable time and your insights. It was really good to know your journey. It was really lovely journey. So if there is one message that you would like to give to our viewers, so what would it be?
First of all, thank you, Vedantu team and everybody, that I am highly obliged you gave me an opportunity to hold this podcast. And the message that I would always like to convey to all the educationalists and the viewers and all stakeholders would be always try to understand what is happening at the other side of the situation, so that we all react according to that and we have a good understanding about what the things can be handled in a better way.
Right.
I always tell all my team members also, connect before you correct, because that's something
Okay.
very, very important. Corrections can be done by anybody, but those corrections are not appealing ones. So
Correct.
if you connect and then try to correct someone on the right way, it really helps. And as a human nature, we react for everything. So instead of reaction, we must always respond. So making sure that all the viewers would have loved this podcast. Once again, thanking you and had a really lovely time. Thank you once
Thank you,
again.
ma'am, really
Yes,
well said. So it's really good to have you on the podcast. Thank you so much for your time,
my
ma'am.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks.